Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. God bless. I'm getting to the top there, people. All right. All right, Georgia, you're number one. Hey, PG. Much love to you, girl. Much love to you. God bless. Texas Brett, number two. Good evening, PG. Much love. God bless. Summer's Army. Amen. Absolutely. You, number two, girl. Number two tonight. Number three, Patty Allen says, hell, PG. Much love. Hey, girl. Hello to you. Hello, hello to you. Yeah, she forgot the O. It says hail. Right? God bless, girl. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. And Sassy Cats, number four. Good to see you, girl. Hello, PG chat. Much love. Prayers going out to all the missing people around the world. Amen. Amen, girl. I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. uh, Texas Brett said, Patty Allen, good to see you. Much love. Oh, that's so sweet. That is sweet. God bless. Hey, Deputy Sheriff, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you in here. And second to none, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. And I'm heading down the pike here, y'all. All right, I'm heading on down. Sophie, good to see you, hon. Good to see you. And Marlena, good to see you. Good to see you in here. I hope summer is found soon. I've been listening for 2 years now, and nothing these kids that are missing needs to be found soon. Amen. Amen. That's the truth. But Dan, good to see you in here, girl. God bless. God bless. Uh, we well here. Hello, everyone. Hello, PG. Hello to you, sweetie. Hello to you. Life is beautiful. How you doing? Uh, oh, PG. Yesterday was your birthday. Did you do anything special? I don't know what day this month my birthday. They didn't say when my birthday was. They just said it was in June. So I'm gonna have a birthday party every day. Right? I'll have a birthday because I'm not sure what day. I just heard it was in June. So how I'm going with it. I'm gonna get a birthday present every day. Right? Hey Kathy, good to see you. Chris, good to see you, hon. Oh, our bucket list has holes. Thank you, PG, for all you do for summer. Oh, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. Boy, this night's starting out beautiful. Starting out beautiful. Come in like a lamb. Got to go out like a lion. Right? But I appreciate it. God bless. God bless. And I wanted to let bucket list. No, our bucket list has holes. Um, I took note last night that she put a prayer out for me and my kids, for me and my family. And I tell you, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. She is always praying for me, and I do take note. I do take note, girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate them prayers as well. God bless. God bless. Um, PG can party like a queen all yeah, I am. I'm gonna party like a queen all month long, right? I'd rather be a princess. Queens seem to be mean. In all the storybooks, the queen is mean, right? I don't like being no queen, but I'd rather be the princess, right? Yeah, but I guess I guess I could be the queen. That's for sure, right? I could be. Purple hearts for summer. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. God bless. Um, the do tell on the street. Do tell on the street. Let me see. Well, there's a whole lot of do telling, right? There's a whole lot of do telling out here in the in this YouTube world of true crime, and there's always something going on. Um, Unbelievable. Some of it's unbelievable, right? It was drawn to my attention that um, that pe- people's been going sideways at Smalley. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I mean, you know, that's just mean, right? That's just mean. I'm going at Smalley sideways. Um, I like Smalley. I really like her, and I hear they're picking on one of her children or something, and I mean, these people get real life. They get vicious, right? They get vicious on people. I don't understand it. I don't know the full story of it, but you know, I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. You shouldn't do this, but you know, they do it. They do it, right? And also, they go sideways at a lot of people. They go sideways at a lot of people. What I'm saying is, it takes a special kind of person to be a creator out here. It takes a special kind of person to be a creator. It's not for the faint at heart or anything. I mean, if you get your feelings hurt easy, you don't want to be out here, right? You don't want to be out here. But anyway, yeah, I heard that. I heard that going through. Yeah, and people accusing PG of having summer. How insane is that? How insane is that? I'm afraid that law enforcement knows who PG is, right? They definitely know who I am. But, you know, accuse away, like I care. I don't, right? I don't. And then, and Ziggy was saying, oh, and PG got so graphic talking about summer and and her being in a wall. No, I haven't ever got graphic about summer being anywhere. I mean, that's as good as you can get, Ziggy. Um, really? You crack me up, girl. You try to take it. Well, it is, it was truth that, um, what she was talking about. What she was talking about was a co-worker of Don Wells had stepped in while I was speaking to him while he was at work. He was on the job over in Jonesboro, and um, during this time, a coworker had came in, right? A coworker came in and had darn near, puked from the smell in there. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We wow here. I appreciate it. Thanks, PG, for all you do for Summer. Hey, girl, I appreciate you supporting Summer's channel. God bless. God bless. You guys are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I appreciate everything y'all do to help this channel keep running. God bless. Amen. Um, hey, you guys. PG got a super chat. All right. Super chat. Amen. Amen. I appreciate that. But yeah, it was, a worker had came in, and well, I was talking with Donald, and the worker was, I said, hey, I'm going to get off here because this guy came in, and I was like, I'm going to let you go so you can, talk to this guy. And the guy's like, no, 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 I ain't staying in here. He's like, what is that odor? He starts screaming, and, and like, I'm somebody ready to upchuck. And he's like, I ain't staying here. I got to get out of here. What is that odor? He kept asking Donald, what is the odor? And then he said it smelled, it smelled like, someone unlined. And And he did. He went out of there. I mean, this guy, you could hear him, just like really scatting across the floor to get out of there. You could hear him, and he was trying to get to some fresh air. So, um, you know, and Don started trying to make up excuses. That it was the mud that was smelling like that. It was the mud. And this and that. And the guy's like, "Ain't no mud, man. There ain't no mud." And the guy's like, "Where's it at? Where's it at?" And Donald told him he done poured it outside. The guy's like, "You poured it outside? Because, how do you pour it outside when I could smell it so bad in here?" And anyway, I contacted TBI. I reported it. And, the thing is Summer's search was mostly, if you took note, it was mostly contained to Ben Hill Road. They did not search very many other areas outside of Ben Hill, right? Outside of that perimeter of Ben Hill, except for Lora Run, and that's because of Cotton, what happened to Cotton. And they did go to that job site. They did go to that job site trying to figure out which unit Donald might have been in at the time that smell had been taking place. But we also know that, law enforcement suspects and others expect, that Summer was moved, that she was moved many times, more than once. So, that's what Ziggy was talking about. And, and yes, I did say that, he could have, because he finishes the drywall. He finishes it. He's the one that, goes over the screws, goes over the lines and everything of the drywall. He actually tapes and then, finishes it, muds it. And yes, I said he could have very well, unscrewed some of that drywall and, and placed her there to hide her, right? Yes. I mean, there's a lot of people that seal people up in walls, right? It wouldn't be the first wall that had, that someone got sealed up in. Absolutely not. But I don't think he could get the odor. Once that coworker came in, I think he understood that he couldn't get the odor. Plus now he had, me hearing it, the coworker smelling it, and I think he got probably worried, if this indeed that's what it was in there. For all I know, he could have had a duffel bag or something in there, right? That was holding it. I don't know what was in there. I know that coworker was trying to really, figure out where that smell's coming from, because he wanted to know where he dumped that smelly stuff outside. The coworker was on it. So if Don did, if he did feel he could done something like that, I think he would have moved it. Because, I heard the coworker was all crazy. So he probably figured someone's going to report this to TBI and they will be out here, which they were. As far as I know, they found nothing, but, I did hear after that, they felt that this child had been moved several times. So I don't know. But, I didn't say it graphically. No, I didn't. I said that is a possibility that that smell could have been, you know, Donald could have absolutely, you know, put her put her in there behind some of that drywall or something. Um, Absolutely, he could have. You know, he could have put her on live, and I always say on live because you're not allowed. You know, you're not allowed to say. You YouTubers know that you have to use the words on live. So you know that's the point. But I didn't say it all graphic the way Ziggy was saying that I did. Um, Absolutely not. I did not say it the way she said it. But, she wanted to lie. She wanted to lie. She wanted to, because why? Why she want to lie like that? I'll tell you why. Because Ziggy can't handle the truth. She can't handle the truth. She knows. Why don't she just admit she was wrong? Why don't she just admit she was wrong going down to Ben Hill Hell, right? Ben Hill Hell, where there's nothing but a bunch of suspects around a missing 5-year-old little girl's case. What are you doing in there? Running off with somebody's man anyway. What was you even doing in there running away with somebody's man? I mean, and then using this woman up, having her send you a bunch of money. And Ziggy showed more receipts, right? More receipts of Lora, what Lora sent her. Well, I knew about the Cash App, but I didn't know about the other. I mean, the only thing Ziggy proved to us by showing them extra receipts is she was using Lora even more than we thought. She was using this girl more than we thought she was using her. I mean, she was really taking Lora to the cleaners. And also, I have thought about this. I have thought about it. Now, I truly believe that Lora has cancer. I truly believe that. Because she was able to get a GoFundMe. And you have to prove GoFundMe doesn't like people, so many people have, said they have this kind of stuff and disheartened a lot of human beings to the point that GoFundMe says, if you got to show verification, right? You got to show verification before you can get a GoFundMe like this. We want it verified. So, Lora has a GoFundMe. And it was Ziggy's ideal, don't give her nothing on a Cash App. Make her do GoFundMe because you got to verify. You have to verify through GoFundMe. So I told her, I won't put up no Cash Apps or anything, Lora. But if you can get a GoFundMe, right, that has to be verified, well, then I will put that up. I will put that up. And I did. I did over on Facebook. I did not lie. I did. But Ziggy's the one that came out, even on my live, and said, oh, Lora's got cancer. Ziggy put up I believe a Cash App over on her channel saying, help Lora, give to Lora, Lora's got cancer. And so, here's my thing. If it's a lie, then Ziggy's the one that made it up. Because at no point did I ever hear Lora say out here that she had that. I did not hear Lora come out and say she had this. Lora, didn't even want to, she told Ziggy confidentially, I guess. But, Lora was like, she didn't really want that out here. She did not want her personal, she didn't want her personal information, out here. She didn't want nobody knowing about her health. You know, Laura growed up, just like us. Our medical records are our business, right? Our medical records, our medical conditions, that's nobody's business but our own. And, so Laura, that's the way Laura growed up too. And she didn't want her personal, but Ziggy put it out there, put it out there and, then tried to renege on it, Well, you know, if why did Ziggy say that? Why did Ziggy say that if she knew? Now she's saying she knows for a fact that Lord, don't have no cancer. Um, well, why did she put up a cash app over there to help Laura? Why did she come over to our channel and say that Laura had cancer over here on our channel? Why was she putting it out? Why was Ziggy putting it out? You know, if Laura didn't. Why was Ziggy lying? That's what I'm saying. Why was Ziggy a liar? Because that's indeed what she was. That would mean that Ziggy made this shit up to scam people to get Laura help. Because she's the one that was hollering, Laura's got it, right? Um, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about the matter. Laura wasn't the one out here saying support Laura. She's got the big C word. No, it was Ziggy. It was Ziggy. So, there you go, Ziggy. Wiggle your way out of that one. Wiggle your way out of that one. But I think Laura does have cancer, and I believe for a fact she does, Ziggy. And I think that you just didn't want to see Laura get no support because you felt it was going to take away from you and Fred. I don't think you wanted Laura to have a voice, just like you didn't want Jenna to have a voice. You didn't want Jenna to have a voice because Jenna was going to talk about how you took those two old ladies to the cleaners. So you didn't want Jenna to have a voice. That's the way you are. That's the way you are. You don't want other people to have a voice when you know it's going to be bad about you. When it's going to be bad about you. When they're going to expose your evilness. You don't want them having a voice. And that's why you're trying to shut down Laura and her darkest hours. You're trying to shut her down. You're trying to call her a liar. You're trying to, really be evil to this woman. You took her man. You went down there. You took her man who she needed. She needed during her darkest hours. You went down there and you walked off with him. You messed her over. You didn't want people out here. Taking Fred was bad enough. But you didn't want people out here knowing that you took Laura to the cleaners for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. 300s, 200s, 70s, another 125, 150. You just took that girl to the cleaners in the name of Fred for yourself. And Fred allowed it. You and Fred hooked up early on. Laura had no idea that you and Fred had hooked up early on. And you two conspired against this woman, this individual who's ill, and who is fighting a real bad illness. And you guys used her up. And then you turned on her. Like a snake. And just fucking evil. Just evil, you guys. Evil. I don't care what anybody says. That's evil. I don't care if Laura had cancer or not. You don't take another woman's man, and you don't use another woman's money to keep yourself up while her man's in jail. I mean, you do not, after taking this woman's man, you're going to call her up and have her sending you money saying it's for her man when it's for you. It's to pay your rent, for you to order DoorDash, for you to buy Christmas presents, for you. You're going to use this woman. That's pure evil. That's evil, you guys. I don't care what anybody has to say. That's evil. I stick with my God, and I stick with righteousness, and I call it out the way it is. And I don't even care. I don't even care. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And that was wrong. Whether Lora had cancer, she didn't. Ziggy was wrong. She was wrong. It makes it worse that Lora does have cancer, and she's fighting the cancer. Yes, it makes it worse. But it was still evil. No matter how it went. No matter how it went. It's evil. Right? It was evil. I'm going to tell you. I mean, you know, I was friends with Candace and Don Wells. And when I walked away from these evil people to expose their evilness, Candace and Don wanted to try to ruin my credibility by saying I wanted Donnie Wells. And I did not want Donald at all. Both of them knew that was a damn lie. Both of them knew it was a lie. But they wanted to try to discredit PG. And you know what? A lot of people came at me. Forever and a day. Matter of fact, there's still a whole lot of a-holes, right? There's still a whole lot of a-holes saying, oh, you just wanted Donnie. You know? And I don't really give a crap because it's not true. I know the truth. God knows the truth. Donnie knows the truth. And Can knows the truth. And that's all that matters. All that matters is that I didn't ever, any way, form, or how want anything to do with Candace or Donald. I wasn't trying to take either one of them. But, and I'm going to tell you, I think they both would have went. To be honest with you. But you know what? I didn't want them. And I'm going to tell you something. I caught all kinds of hatred and hell. A whole lot of hatred and hell, didn't I? With a lie. With nothing but a pure lie. But Ziggy walks down here, and she does take a woman's man. And not just a woman, but a woman who has cancer. And she's supposed to become a role model? She put her on a pedestal? I don't think so. Where is her hell? Where is all her havoc? Where is, hey Ziggy, you did wrong? Where's it at? I just want to know. Because you know what I was hearing is everybody's happy for Ziggy and Fred. While Lora wasn't happy. Lora's sad. Matter of fact, when you're fighting something like cancer and something like that goes down, it's a big setback. It's a big setback on your nervous system, a big setback on everything. But did anybody care? Did anybody care that Lora was crying in the dark? That she's asking God why? When she needs someone the most, they're gone? Did anybody care about her? No, no, nobody cared about that, you know. But everybody seemed to care about, Candace. Everybody seemed to, care about Candace losing her Donald, all to PG, which was nothing but a damn lie. Trust me, them men on Ben Hill Road, if anything half decent wants them, they're gone. Look at, look at freaking Andy, gone. Look at Fred, gone. You think Donald wouldn't have been gone? They ain't a damn thing even tried or wanted Don Wells yet. I'm sure if anything waltzes up there, they could take him away too, right? If anything waltzed up there and wanted it, they could take him. No doubt in my mind. These criminals ain't hard to get, right? They're like a fucking dime a dozen. You can find them anywhere. Who in the hell wants them? That's, Ziggy's, right? Whoever has Andy. I don't know what the chick's name is, but, whoever has Andy. I mean, them kind of women want those people. I don't want them, right? PG don't want it. I don't need it. Hell no. I'm going to tell you something. I would stay freaking celibate all my fucking life. I would become a nun before I picked up one of them mother freakers, right? And that's the truth. That's the truth. You pick up that shit, you better have one damn good doctor. You better have one damn good doctor picking up that freaking crud off that road, right? Man, you're going to need more than a tetanus shot picking up that shit. That's all I got to say. Man, hard telling what the hell they got in their britches. Ain't no fucking money. That's for sure. They ain't got no money in them britches. But I'm sure they got a whole lot of shit that you might not be able to get rid of. Right? You probably can't get rid of it. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Molly. I'm talking about. But Ziggy can, stir the pot any way she wants. And I'm going to tell you, she's going to lick the spoon. She's going to lick that spoon. Trust and believe me. She's going to lick that spoon, right? This freaking old hound dog, damn old hound dog with her freaking Freddy superhero chew toy, right? There she is. There she is with her chew toy, right? Her super Freddy right there. Go ahead, keep chewing on him. Keep chewing on him. Because nobody personally cares, right? I'm going to tell you what, from my understandings, old Freddy's hiding out right now, right? Old Freddy's hiding out. And oh yeah, I guess his hound dog's hiding out with him, right? At Kathy's house. And I'm sure law enforcement will be at Kathy's picking them up, right? Law enforcement will be at Kathy. You're harboring Kathy. If Fred's at Kathy's house, she's harboring a criminal. Matter of fact, that could probably land her in jail too, right? Because she knows he's got a warrant out for his arrest. There's a warrant for his arrest. So, you're harboring a criminal, right? Actually, two of them, right? Two of them. Because you got old hound dog, you got old fucking hound dog in your house as well there. Wanting to chew on her chew toy. As she should, And that's what she reminds me of, a fucking hound dog. And she lies like one too, right? She lies like one too. She lies that ass. She lies that ass on a porch like one. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. It was before it was cotton. Oh, Fred's talking about cotton, and Fred's talking about Donnie and Kate, and Fred's talking about Andy, and Fred's talking about all of these people that could have had something to do with Summer's case. Oh, listen to Fred. Oh, everybody, listen to Fred. That's what she was hollering, right? Yeah. That's what she was hollering. But, all of a sudden, people starting to talk about Fred now, right? People's coming out with some shit on Fred. Oh, Cotton was in a cave? That's good to know because we thought he was supposed to be at the bottom of it, not in it. But Fred says he's, on live in it. How would you know? How would you know? Right? What else was in that cave that might have got moved? We don't know. But you know what? Nobody was taking a lie detector's test about it except Fred, right? So that tells me they were suspecting Fred, of whatever happened to Cotton. And if something happened to Cotton, then they're definitely, taking it back to Summer's case, right? So they're suspecting Fred knows something about Summer's case to the point that, he needed to unlive Cotton, in my opinion. Yeah. So, let's take a lie detector's test there, Freddie, which came out inconclusive, right? Meaning, it showed deceit, something wrong there. But, and he didn't even, and Fred says, Cotton comes down to my house and he says he's been down there at the wells messing with the mother and the daughter, right? Up there doing a mother and a daughter. Does he call Child Protective Services? Does he call the law and say, hey, this weirdo came to my house, said he's down there messing around? I don't know if he's talking about grandma and her middle-aged freaking daughter that's uglier than a mud fence, or if he's talking about, the mud fence and a little 5-year-old that's down there. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I think somebody should check that out, right? I think somebody should look into it because it could be this little 5-year-old, and that's not good. But did he do that? No. Did he try to save Summer? Did he try to help Summer? Did he try to do anything for Summer? Hell no. No, he done nothing for Summer, right? Done nothing for Summer. Once he got his backside canned up, and he was worrying about Fred doing, a lot of years in jail, then he wants to bargain. He wants to use this information now as a bargaining chip. Really? A 5-year-old little missing girl that needed you to save her, but you kept your mouth shut in order to use it when you get in jail for a bargaining chip? What a piece of shit you are, right? Fred ain't no fucking superhero. Let me tell you that right now. He's no superhero. He's a piece of crap. He's no better than Dom Wells. He's no better than Candace. He's no better than Grandis. He's no better than any of the rest of that garbage up there on Ben Hill Road. And yes, pure garbage. Did you see their yards? Did you see their yards? These people are disgusting. They don't keep their yard raked up and cleaned. They didn't keep nothing clean. These people done nothing, right? They live in ran down freaking shacks. Ran down shacks. It looks like they live in junkyards, if you ask me, right? Ben Hill Road looked like one big ass junkyard. That's what it looked like. What the hell could you catch just going in there? What could you catch just going in there? It's disgusting. Like I said, when you turn onto Ben Hill Road, you roll up your windows. First thing you do, turn off your freaking AC and hope and pray that none of that damn smell got out on the beach creek and into your vehicle before you did all of this, right? People are disgusting. Disgusting. That's all I got to say. Just right down damn disgusting. I mean, really, you turn on to Ben Hill Road, you're gonna be smelling radiated poo-poo, right? You're gonna be smelling radiated poo-poo coming through your AC unit. That's nasty. What the hell might you get by smelling that? What could you possibly get by smelling that? Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know. You know? I don't even know. That shit up your nostrils. That shit up in your nostrils. What the fuck? It'd be all into your system. And you know, but Ziggy, she was up there inhaling it, right? She was up there inhaling that shit like it was some kind of fragrance, right? Some kind of freaking she's up there sniffing it up like it was potpourri, right? Poopery to her, right? It was some poopery. How disgusting was that? I don't know. And then she pulled somebody out of there, been smelling it since it happened, right? Been sniffing it up since it happened. That's disgusting. Yeah. But anyway, you know, Ziggy she likes to hit the old, AI. Tell a story. Tell a story about Prayer Garden on her AI. Well, I'm going to tell you. Well, I did, touche. It was a touche because I got a story for Ziggy, right? I got one on her. I said, hey, AI, let's talk about Ziggy, right? Let's talk about Adriana, right? Let's talk about old Adriana, right? Adriana A. Okay, well, let's hear her story.
Me the story of Adrian A. and Fred H. The tale of Adrian A. Adrian A. was a unique individual, to say the least. She had a peculiar affliction. Her body odor changed daily, mimicking various types of flatulence. One day, it might smell like a rotten egg, and the next, like a pungent onion. One fateful afternoon, as she was savoring a juicy cheeseburger at a park, she stumbled upon a strange discovery, a collection of fake dinosaur bones buried in the grass. As she reached for one, she accidentally bumped into a man named Fred, who was sitting nearby with his partner, Lora. Despite the awkward introduction, Adrian and Fred struck up a conversation. As they talked, Adrian found herself drawn to Fred's charming smile and kind eyes. Little did she know that Fred was in a committed relationship with Lora. As fate would have it, Adrian and Fred continued to cross paths, bonding over their shared love of quirky artifacts and offbeat adventures. Their friendship blossomed, but Adrian couldn't help the flutter in her heart whenever Fred was near. Would Adrian find a way to reconcile her feelings, or would she respectfully keep her distance, honoring Fred's commitment to Lora? Only time would tell. Let me know if you'd like me to continue the story.
Oh, let me know if you'd like me to continue the story. I think we know how that story went, right? Hell, even AI didn't see that coming, right? Even AI didn't see that coming. They didn't see that coming. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, right? They didn't see that coming. Right? Yeah. Let us not forget the first part of the story right here.
Me the story of Adrian A. and Fred H. The tale of Adrian A. Adrian A. was a unique individual, to say the least. She had a peculiar affliction. Her body odor changed daily, mimicking various types of flatulence. One day, it might smell like a rotten egg, and the next, like a pungent onion.
Right? A rotten egg. A freaking pungent onion. That's freaking hilarious. Yeah. Well, that's her story. You could tell she'd been on Ben Hill Road, right? You could tell she'd been on Ben Hill Road. Even AI knew she was up there, right? From the smells. Something different every day and it wasn't good. Right? Hey man, it is what it is. Right? It is what it is, Adriana. Oh shit. You know, um, she has tried to get Fred out of this stuff every way she can. You know, Ziggy ain't out here for Summer. She's not out here for any kid. She's out here for herself. And she always has been. She always has been. To take whoever she can to the cleaners. And that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. It's dirty, it's low life, and it's wrong. And she's still looking for, sugar mama, sugar daddy, sugar anything to sugar her bank account. That's wrong. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. She's a bum. She's a fucking bum. Get a job. Get a damn job, right? Quit sitting on that ass with your freaking face hanging down, looking like a freaking hound dog. Go get a freaking job, right? Go get a job. You could tell by those freaking lines, she looked like a puppet, right? She looked like a damn one of them puppets you throw on your lap, and you know, she does. She looked like a freaking howdy doody puppet, and with them damn frown lines, right? She got frown lines. I'm like, what the hell? Who in the hell has whose mouth turned down that much? Who in the hell has a mouth turned down that much? She ain't happy. She ain't happy with her life. She ain't happy with nothing, right? She ain't happy with anything. She just, got problem. I mean, you don't believe me? Look at that. Look at that fucking line going down the side of her face right there. I mean, her upper lip. Look at it. Jeez, I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. That's scary. That's scary. Somebody, look at that. What the hell? What the hell is that? I don't even know. I don't even know. That's like permanent shit too, right there. That's permanent. I don't think they ain't nothing gonna get that out of there. They ain't nothing gonna get that out of there. You know, man, they ain't no turning that frown upside down. That's for damn sure. Right? Ain't no turning that upside down. Hell no. Hell no. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't come at PG sideways. Don't come at me sideways. Don't sit over there and lie on me. Don't sit over there and lie on me and say I do stuff I don't do. All right? Come at me sideways and I'm going to tell you what. Well, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to stand my ground. Hey, you want to go? You want to go? We go. There you go. Right? I don't really give a shit. I don't care. I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem standing my ground. Absolutely not. Y'all know, no PG. No, I don't care. I don't care. But she freaking, yeah, I don't know what the hell. I don't even know what's up with her face like that. I don't know what's up with her face like that, man. I'd be like, whoa, you know. Making a freaking cross with my fingers, stand back, right? I don't know what the hell made your face do that, but stay away from me. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. But she sits around with, that her face sagging like that and shit, and telling pure lies. Maybe the evilness on the inside is manifesting itself out on the inside, or on out, She got that evilness inside starting to show on the outside, right? I don't know. But all I got to say is she went at Cotton, she went at all these people with Fred, and Fred's bullshit. And I tell you where they messed up. They messed up by doing Lora the way they did Lora. That's where they messed up. Right? Because PG ain't going to go along with no evilness. I ain't going along with no evilness. I'm not turning on some woman. I'm not going to turn on some woman in her darkest hours, right? When she needs people the most. I'm not turning on her for no damn Ziggy and Fred. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I call it like I see it. But now Ziggy's talking about flying monkeys. Oh, Fred wasn't lying. Fred wasn't lying when he was talking about these weird monkeys hollering, "Who in the woods? Who in the woods?" Right? I think that's an owl, not oh, he heard this really weird, strange noise. Um, okay, so Dorothy was out in the woods, seeing flying monkeys. Right, right, Ziggy, right. Okay. No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid there ain't nobody going to believe that BS. Nobody's going to believe that BS. Um, Absolutely not. So, you can knock the Wizard of Oz shit. You can knock the Wizard of Oz shit off the table. There ain't nobody buying it. Good try, right? That was a good try. Absolutely. Um, yeah. Oh, Dorothy Fred, right? Oh, Dorothy Fred and his flying monkeys. Oh, you guys, it is true. Let me play a big, um, long, long freaking, somebody else's content that didn't ever see the flying monkeys. They just heard a weird noise and some trees shaking. They didn't ever see them. They just, saw the tree shake and some weird noise happening. And that could have been some alarm going off, right? That could be some kind of alarm going off out in the woods. I'm sure there's people, it could have been, that tree could have had a freaking weather alarm in it that was sounding off and shaking the tree. They put those things in weird areas, right? They put them in weird areas to alert these people out in nowhere that, a storm's coming or something. I don't know. But I don't think it was a flying monkey. That's weird. But, she gave it a hell of a try. She gave it a hell of a try, you guys, by playing, somebody else's content for 3 hours, talking crap. Yeah. But I'm going to let you guys hear Laura's total, complete interview. I do have other interviews that I did with Laura that tells some extra things, and I will be putting that in content and bringing it out. And I got a lot of other stuff, y'all. So, just stick with this channel, stick with PG, stick with Summer, because I'm going to tell you something. There's a whole lot of stuff we didn't know. Right? We didn't know. But you're gonna be hearing it. I just wanted to ask you some questions. Um do you remember when Fred told Ziggy that their bones possibly could have been human bones? Um do you think he knew he was just joking with her, or do you think he just didn't know himself?
Do what now?
Do you remember the bone thing when Fred found those deer bones, and him and Ziggy, and they thought they were human? Do you think Fred was just joking with her, or do you think that he didn't know?
He said some of them he couldn't tell.
Okay.
I remember saying that. He said that they was burnt so bad you couldn't really tell.
Oh, all right. And
See, that's what people's not telling, that they was burnt, but most of them bones was burnt.
oh, I didn't know that either. Okay, and I wanted to ask you, when it comes to you said that Fred has been, when did Andy Paul, the guy that was staying in the shed, When did Fred run him off? I don't want none of the details. I already know the details of why. I don't want none of that. I just want to know, when did he run him off? Did he run him off before Summer went missing? Did he run him off after Summer went missing? Like what year?
I mean, it was before Summer went missing.
Like a year, month, 6 months?
No, it was a couple years actually.
Oh, okay. So he got ran out of there a couple of years before Summer went missing.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask about Cotton. Was Cotton, because Fred is saying Cotton was at 110 Ben Hill Road on June 15, 2021, when Summer went missing. Have you ever heard anything about Cotton being up there on that particular day?
I can't remember.
Okay.
There was a lot of people up there that day. I mean, when all that went down, because everybody.
I'm talking before she went missing. Like, like during the day. Not that evening. Not that evening after police were there and people started coming in. Showing.
What day did she go missing?
She went. Supposedly, she's supposed to went missing between 5:30 and 6:30. So, and they didn't even get home back to the house until around 3:15, 3:30 that day. So, if he was there, he would have had to been there between 3:30 and 5:30. With a 2 hour span there. 2 hours.
3:30 to 5:30.
Yeah. And you and Fred wasn't even there between 3:30 and 5:30, was you? Because you guys were heading to scrap some stuff. What time did you guys get back into? What time was you guys coming back into Ben Hill Road that day? Around what time?
About 6:30.
You guys were coming back in around 6:30, and law enforcement.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100 on that.
Was law enforcement already in there when you and Fred came back in?
Yes.
Okay, so law enforcement was already in there. So, yeah, it would have had to been after. It would have had to been around 6:30 because actually the call didn't go in till 8. They rounded it off at 6:30. So, yeah, you guys would have been, and they said that they couldn't believe how fast there was some cops up in there. So you guys would have probably had to come back in, I'd say closer to 7 when you guys got back. So and you guys left out, you said, around what time that day? Because you seen Candace and Grandis and some heading back to the house. And they would have been coming in around, like I said, 3:15, 3:30. So you and Fred must have been going out of there around 3:15 in order to
yeah, because we was late that day trying to get out of there because we had everything that could mess up did mess up.
Right.
I mean, literally.
Yeah, I hear that. Now,
I ain't never heard.
Where Cotton is concerned, I'm going to ask your own personal opinion. Do you think Cotton had anything to do with or knew anything about what happened to Summer? Your standpoint.
Cotton, since from what I've understood, he was a pretty fucked up individual. So I kind of wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that motherfucker, you know how these type of people that you just give you the fucking creep just being around them, dude. I mean, just
right.
Literally, you want to go to the bathroom and like wash your whole body,
right?
Because you've been around them.
So
that's how you felt when you was around him.
Right. And Cotton visited, like, did Cotton come inside of Ben Hill Road? I mean, did he come to visit Fred? Did he come? I mean, was he known to be inside Ben Hill Road?
Yeah.
Okay. And how often? How often did he seem to show up in there?
There, towards the end, it was at least two or three times a month.
So he would come.
It got more frequent.
Before he passed away, he was coming in there 2-3 times a month.
At least two to three times a month. I'm thinking.
And before that,
and sometimes he come in with other people, and I was just him coming. Sometimes he was with other people when he came.
okay, and also that's good to know. And also, did you know any of these other people he was packing with him, or was it just like random strangers?
It was some of his friends, Little Wayne, and I mean not Little Wayne, Little Hack, and Chad. I think Chad Browning. No, it wasn't Chad. It was some. He came with Hack once. I can't remember who else he came with.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And before Summer went missing, how often did he seem to come in to Ben Hill Road?
Now, we seen him at least once or twice every couple months.
And
just coming in and out of the road.
Okay, and when he came in, did he always visit with you and Fred, or did he visit other people inside of it?
He was coming to see somebody else in there because he didn't come up there to the house at that time.
Okay, so he was in there seeing someone else. Do you know who?
No.
You don't know who the someone else was?
No, but we have seen him coming off of the hill down there, and he said that he come from down there.
You've seen him coming off of Don and Candace's property?
Yes.
And he said he was coming from their property before?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. This Andy Paul guy, do you believe that is a possibility that he was back around that area? Now I heard he was, from my understanding, so I heard Cotton was in jail at the time Summer came up missing. I don't know. That's allegedly. He was in jail. And this Andy Paul though, he is a predator. He has a record,
he just the thought of that man, I swear I never let that ever happen to my kids.
So
I promised my babies that if anybody ever done that to them, that they would be no more. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, they're paid for. Because I've been done that way my whole life, and I will not let nobody else hurt anybody that I love.
So he violated your child? I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't want to stop it right now. But Sassy Cat. You've been saying one thing after the other. Pretty rude stuff. This is Lisa. And I don't know if it's, rechanneled from you being on another creator's live today, or what it is. You're just in here, to cause problems or something. I don't know what your problem is. But you know what? I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you for the rest of the night, because I'm not going to put up with your shit. I'm talking about Lora like that. Please don't talk about her like that. Ain't going to happen. So you just got to steel toe boot for the night. When you can straighten yourself up or get over whatever your issue is, you know, possibly I'll unblock you, but I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it. I've sat here and, just one ugly comment after another, and it's unnecessary as hell. It's unnecessary.
He held her down. He didn't violate my child, but he held her down and scared her real good. But later that night, he thought it was my child and raped one of the other girls that was in the group home with my daughter and crushed her larynx and almost killed her.
Oh my God.
But they've never got him for that charge. Because now I'm just now finally somebody just now finally catching him.
Whoa, that's not good. And this is a man who is still turned loose in society. This is a man that's still turned loose in society. And how old was these little girls?
My daughter was 16 at that time.
And the girl he did that to?
The other girl was, well, they was.
Andy B says, PG, please replay that. Replay what? What do you want me to replay, Andy? Please replay that. What part do you want me to replay? I'm waiting for Andy to let me know what part he was wanting replayed. And did she say something about him holding her down and then something? Hold on. Yeah, I can go back.
Down there, and he said that he come from down there.
You've seen him coming off of Don and Candace's property?
Yes.
And he said he was coming from their property before.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. This Andy Paul guy, do you believe that is a possibility that he was back around that area? Now I heard he was, from my understanding, so I heard Cotton was in jail at the time Summer came up missing. I don't know. That's allegedly. He was in jail. And this Andy Paul though, he is a predator. He has a record,
he just the thought of that man, I swear I never let that ever happen to my kids.
So
I promised my babies that if anybody ever done that to them, that they would be no more. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, to pay for it. Because I've been done that way my whole life, and I will not let nobody else hurt anybody that I love.
So he violated your child?
He held her down. He didn't violate my child, but he held her down and scared her real good. But later that night, he thought it was my child and raped one of the other girls that was in the group home with my daughter and crushed her larynx and almost killed her.
Oh my God.
But they've never got him for that charge.
Whoa.
Because now I'm just now finally somebody just now finally catching him.
Whoa. That's not good. And this is a man who is still turned loose in society. This is a man that's still turned loose in society. And how old was these little girls?
My daughter was 16 at that time.
And the girl he did that to?
The other girl was, well, they was 3 months apart, her and Destiny was.
So the other one was 3 months younger than Destiny or 3 months older?
3 months younger.
So she might have been 15 at the time.
Yeah. I think she was 15.
Oh my goodness.
It really hurts me.
Yeah.
Because it bothers me more because I didn't protect her.
Right.
Was supposed to be there.
No, honey. You can't be there all the time. You can't be there all the time. You can't blame yourself. See, that's what evil humans like that want. Evil humans like that, they want you to blame yourself. They want the victim to, they want the victim to suffer all the time, and until you understand, until you come to grips that none of this was yours nor your daughter's fault, it wasn't about you. It was about that sicko. It was about him and his, and his self-centeredness, self-seeking, gain for him.
But
he was the evil doer, not you or your daughter. See, you guys were good people. You were victims to this man. You were victims to him. Your daughter was a victim, and you became a victim, by feeling that you should have been there. No. He shouldn't have been there. He should not have been there. He should not have been there. He did. This is all him, and I would not let that son of a bitch live in my head at all. He's took enough and your daughters and the other little people's life away from you. Don't let him have any more. Don't let him have any more.
Well, I've had to forgive a lot of them for the things that they'd done to me, and I've always said it was because so they couldn't have the power over me no more. As long as I forgive them, then they ain't got power over me no more.
Andy Bernard, and Sue. Do you think that there's any possibility of them having anything whatsoever to do with what happened to Summer that day?
Just as much as, yeah, pretty much. That's an easy, that's without a doubt.
Do you believe that, do you believe that Don, Candace, and Grandis know exactly what happened to Summer?
Absolutely.
And so...
Absolutely.
So when you say Andy and Jody Sue very possibly could know...
I love you too.
When you say that Andy and Jody Sue very much know as well, you're basically saying that you believe that they would communicate with the Wells to do something with Summer.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm going to put it this way. You just say yes or no. So you personally know you personally know of a couple of victims that Andy Paul victimized, who were under the age of 18. Matter of fact, 15, 16, 14-year-old little girls.
Um, I know what they
age group. In that age group.
What they alleged, what he's been accused of. I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but
she is talking about Andy Paul. Andy Paul was a RSO that was living up on the Wells property, allegedly was living upon the Wells property for a long time, staying up on the Wells property and and going after minors, is Andy Paul is who she's talking about.
my daughter wouldn't just say that, you know.
Right.
I lived in Tennessee at that time, and they was in Bristol, Virginia.
Okay. So Fred actually ran Andy Paul off because he violated these little girls that
At the time, he had ran him off because he gave my daughter drugs.
Oh, okay.
Was sneaking and giving her drugs.
Now, did he?
Or tried to give her drugs and alcohol.
And then it was after.
And that was even after Fred told him that she wasn't but 15 years old.
Okay. And then he...
No, she was younger than that at that time. I think she was like... She was 15.
Okay. So, now, Andy Paul got ran off. He got ran off by Fred a couple years before Summer came up missing. This guy was up there living on the Wells property a couple years before Summer came up missing. So he was up there. He was up there when Summer was more like 3 years old. And he got ran off. He got ran off by Fred because he kept trying to go around Lora's oldest daughter. He kept trying to go around Lora's oldest daughter. Now, Lora also said that Fred was pretty rude and mean and so forth to her daughter as well. Matter of fact, her daughter told Lora, I don't want nothing to do with you as long as you're with Fred. As long as you're with him, I want nothing to do with you because of the way Fred was to me as a child. Fred was really, really bad to Laura's oldest daughter, the way he treated her. So, Laura, it sounds to me like Laura's daughter went through a whole lot with people on Ben Hill Road. And then he comes back a year later and does the other dirtiness.
Yeah, he called her up he run into her at Bristol Mall when she was in group home.
Right. And what was he doing around the group home?
She was at the mall. She was with the other girls at the mall working.
Okay.
She was working a job.
Right.
She was.
And he was hanging around in the mall.
Actually, they was outside smoking, and he run into her. She seen him, and she said that she tried to kind of just walk away from him, get her friend to stay up beside of her.
Right.
And said that later on that evening he called her go out smoke by herself, sneaking out smoking.
So he
and
stayed
And
there and stalked.
he grabbed her and he slammed her down on the table and said, "Holler for your daddy now! Holler for your daddy! Holler for your daddy!" Bet you can't holler for your daddy, little girl.
Oh, talking about Fred.
Yeah, said, "I bet you can't holler for your daddy." And now,
And then he waited and got the other girl later.
yep,
The other girl came out to smoke and he got her. He thought it was your daughter again.
yep.
And he ended up getting her.
Well, they almost looked alike, actually.
Right. Okay. Okay.
My daughter and this girl pretty much would have passed for twins.
Do you think that Cotton's death, being a homicide now, do you think that his death had possibly had something to do with what happened to Summer? Do you think that, what I'm saying is, do you think that his becoming unlived had anything to do with Summer Wells' case? Is that a possibility or no?
Do what now? Say that one more time.
Cotton, since Cotton, law enforcement says that Cotton's death now is a homicide, meaning he was unlived. Do you think that it's a possibility that his unliving had anything to do with Summer's case?
Yeah.
So you do.
I believe that this could have just as much with it as Summer's case as.
You think that his unliving had just as much to do with Summer's case as Allie's unliving, other people's unliving?
Yeah.
Leslie.
Yep.
Marlena Crawford's dad. Marlena Crawford's boyfriend.
I wouldn't put nothing past from what I've heard about him. I don't know the boy personally, but I've heard he ain't nothing but a thief.
Marlena Crawford's boyfriend, the one that ended up not alive.
Oh, he's not alive?
I heard that somebody unlived her boyfriend.
Oh. I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Had lied about him, is what you said, had lied. Wasn't telling the truth.
No, I was saying that I heard that he was unlived. He was actually unlived. He's no longer with us. Marlena Crawford.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Marlena Crawford's dad also.
No, he's not here no more.
He's not.
I know him.
And he said that he was one of them that said that Don came to him and said that he had, did some weird stuff with Summer to gain power.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm pretty sure he told that somebody told that they sold her or something about religion, sacrificed her.
Yeah, that's what they said. And also, now Marlena Crawford's dad, you say that you knew him. Was he a nice man? I mean, when he said something, did you believe it?
I didn't know him that well.
Okay.
Best of my knowledge, I've not heard many people say much about him in a bad way, I don't think. Not that I remember.
Right.
And
when people talk bad about people, you remember that. You remember when I mean, if they'd been talking bad, you'd remembered that.
Oh,
So,
usually I've been the topic of everybody's here lately. It seems like I've been the topic of everybody's situation or mouth here lately, from what I've been told.
right.
I just, you know, my granny always told me that when they was talking about me, that give somebody else a break.
Ziggy made a statement that it seemed like you were pushing Fred towards her, them two together. Is there any truth to that?
I don't reckon. Best of my knowledge, no, I didn't push her towards him.
Okay. Because, you know.
I mean,
And why
no, because if that was the case, then why would I keep on keeping him up? If I was just going to forget it all, just to give it all away to somebody that I knowed was going to do what I told her to begin with that she was going to fucking do, which was try to sweep in and start sleeping with my old man, and that's exactly what I told her she would do. The first time I ever met her. If she wants to get down to the nitty gritty on it.
Right.
I'm not. I mean, me and Fred, we're getting along pretty decent right now, but no, that ain't gonna go good.
Now, here's my thing. What I wanted to ask you, why is Ziggy saying it? Because she kept telling me she wanted to talk to you, but she can't talk to you right now because, you know, you're still using and staying mixed up all the time. But every time I talk to you, and I've been talking to you for a few months now, you're as normal and as coherent and sober as I am. So where does she keep getting off that you are, you know?
Thank you for reminding me about that. I need to have. Thank you. I needed to have that conversation too. It's another one I needed to nip in the old butt.
Well, nip it, girl. Why did she keep saying this?
My name shouldn't come in her mouth, period. I don't make it a conversation of her all day, every day.
Right.
Matter of fact, this is the first time her name's come out of my mouth.
So,
today.
So why does she think that? Why is she saying that you're, you know? Why is she?
Because it's taking off of concentration of her.
But you're not. You know, you're not.
If she can badmouth me, then that's one time. That's one more or less time that somebody's going to help me. She thinks that I'm trying to keep people from helping her for some reason.
But that's not true. That's not true. There's no truth to that.
Well, first of all, if I'm going to have to use somebody to get them to help me, then I don't need their help to begin with, because I don't use people.
Exactly. And
that's not my style.
Right. Exactly. And I know exactly where that's coming from. That's coming from her coming out and saying that Fred was concerned with you using Prayer Garden, which is me, you know, and you know that isn't right. You're not using me at all. You know, what is wrong? I mean, Ziggy gets help, and she's got, the other night I took note that she has Fred's Cash App. You know, if you want to help Fred, here's where to send it and so forth. What's wrong with you getting some help? What's wrong with Lora, who has cancer right now and needs to get to doctors and needs to get to appointments and needs to get to a grocery store and needs to, you know, not be without transportation. What's wrong with helping you get
They don't
transportation
care.
so that you can take care of yourself the way you need to be doing? What's wrong with that? And reuniting with your family the way that you want to do. I mean, I think you're working for it. I think you're working for it because, like I said, I have been observing you not for 30 days, not for, 60 days. I've been observing you for a few months now. And I have took note ever since you came on my panel. I have been observing you and was observing you way before that as well. And I took note that you're blunt, you're honest. You don't, you're not, I mean, if I listened to, what's being said instead of actually, reaching out, speaking with you, talking with you, and knowing you, I wouldn't, I would be basically believing a lie and being damned. What I'm saying is, I would believe all these bad things about you, and they're just not true. And that's why I say, there's two sides to every story. Get to know them both before you go making choices.
But see, that's the thing. People want to automatically assume
that you're a bad person because you got someone wanting to implement what you are, and you're not. And
everybody's got a comment. I mean, they got an opinion on everything. When really they should just mind their own business and worry about themselves and quit stating their opinion to something that
on things well, here's the thing, girl. They're stating their opinion on you because you're a threat to them. You're a threat to them. When someone takes your man, they see you as a threat, right? When someone takes your man, they see you as a threat. And of course they ain't going to say nothing nice about you because...
Well, I didn't take her man.
You did. No, she took yours, right? She took yours.
And
what I'm saying is she sees you as a threat because, if she talks good about you, people be like, why'd you take her man? Right?
Well, that's right.
I mean, so you're a threat.
And she has a hard time saying anything bad about me, period. I've noticed that she really don't.
She ain't been having no hard time saying bad things about you.
I mean, not real. I mean, she really bad things. I've heard her say that I was a drug addict.
When someone sits up there and says, "Oh, I can't do her right now because she's still, she's still a big addict,
because she's
and I just can't. I can't do her. I want to talk.
You know
to her,
what?
I can't do her.
You know what the truth is there? She can't do me right now because she can't face me because she knows she's in the wrong. Plain and simple.
There you go.
Bitch knows she done wrong.
She portrayed to be your friend
until she got what she wanted.
Yep. Yeah. And then what's even sadder?
And the sad part about it was her and Fred. She pushed me until I finally got so aggravated with not being trying to get him out of jail, and having to find people to take me until I got in the car with somebody that was stupid. I should have known better. And then the first thing that I got told was, "You know better."
Right.
Well, does shit, really? Yeah, I know better. I did, but I done it anyhow because I love your stupid ass. But remind me next time why I do it again.
Right. Who did you get in the car with?
Going ahead, son. The car wasn't in the right shape to be out on the road. I went to meet somebody that owed us money, and they sold some of Fred's chainsaws for me, and just so happened that they actually sold them the same day, and I managed to get my money. And I know that I better go get it,
Right.
right then, because if I waited till the morning, it wasn't gonna be there.
Right.
Because of the character of the person, I know.
Right.
I,
and
you know,
and you got accused, and then you got accused of being with this person. Because
oh no, we weren't accused of being together. Just he said that I should have known better being out that time of night. Well, it didn't matter what time of night it was when it was, when I was out to benefit out there and could help him get him out. But since things was on hold then, now, then he wanted to fuss at me.
Well,
You get me?
why was he fussing at you when he was already with Ziggy?
No, I'm talking about, this is when I first went to jail.
Oh, okay.
That's when I first went to jail and got arrested. He said that I should have known better being out that time of night.
When exactly
Yeah.
did him and Ziggy get together?
Well, let's see. 4 days after he got out, he told me that we wouldn't going to be able to be together because I was a drug addict and I was never going to get sober. And more or less, he thought his shit didn't stink. And
he isn't a drug addict?
He was a recovering drug addict.
Because he was forced into a recovery.
Yep.
So.
And he was trying to better his life, and I wasn't even trying. That I pretty much just went back to doping it up, which was bullshit. It wasn't like that at all. I had to do what I had to do so I could survive and keep him up. When somebody's calling you 10 times a day, asking for $200 or $300 a day, sometimes at least $100 every 2 days, what do? And they don't just stop at one time, it's 10 times.
And wasn't that money that was going to Ziggy and paying Ziggy's bills?
Yeah, some of it was. That I found out later, but.
So he was already with her and you didn't even know?
No. But he won't say that. He won't tell me the straight fucking truth. Because he's a spineless fucking coward.
Wow.
But me and Fred's getting along right now. I mean,
Does
he knows I'm a boss bitch.
do you think that he still loves you?
Oh yeah, he loves me till the day I die. But that ain't saying much.
Do you think that him and Ziggy's going to last?
About as long as this case is gonna last. I mean, when this case is done, they're done. She will be so over it.
Oh, so you believe she's only...
I think it's just all fucking for the show. I think it's just all for the show.
You think she's only looking
I mean,
for the information and
I think she's just using him.
to write out? Why the hell would she marry him to use him?
And if she found anything, and I feel like too that if she found anything bad about him, that she would use it against him.
Right. And there's a lot she could use if she found out too. To my understanding. There's here's to my understandings. Because you made a statement that if Fred trusted Ziggy and tells her tells her some things, he could end up back in prison.
He's gonna keep on till it.
So
She ends up using something, and it ends up biting him in the ass.
right,
I mean, it's not got nothing to do with this case or Summer Wells case, but there's only so many times they're gonna let you get by with saying that you've done this. You've done this. You're rubbing that shit in their face. You get what I'm saying?
what has he done?
The same thing you got caught for.
Meth?
But how long has he been getting away with it? That's what I mean.
Also, he's done it again since he's been out.
No, not since he's been out. I'm talking about before. How many years?
Oh, that he did it.
Yeah,
That he
it's
did
not.
And
It's been a minute, and
why would they think that Fred had something to do with what happened to Cotton?
now that one I don't know. I really don't know.
Was Cotton on Ben Hill Road the day that he ended up unalive and whirlpool?
No, not that I know. I don't. No, he wasn't on Ben Hill Road that day that I know of. I know a couple days before that he was in the holler.
Okay. Was he at your guys' house a couple of days before, or was he somewhere else?
He was at our house.
Okay. And it was at the day that he told Fred something, and Fred told you not to worry about it?
He told me that he wasn't going to tell me because he didn't want me in the middle of it.
But it had something to do with Summer's case.
Yeah.
Okay.
He started to tell me, and he said, "Never mind. I'm not going to say anything because you really don't need to know, because you don't need to be in the middle of it. That way they can't drag you in the middle of it or something like that."
Right. Well, that was nice of him. That was nice of him to, it must have been something.
We was together for 20 some years, and I've got to honestly say, I love Fred with all my heart, and he always tried to make sure that I wasn't dragged in the middle of whatever he was doing.
Right. He was always trying to protect you.
Yeah. And he did protect me in more ways than you will ever imagine.
Right.
And from more people than you ever imagined.
Right. Yeah.
And I would say that.
Would you take him back?
If I was ever. No.
Okay.
If I'd ever say that I had a hero, if I could say that in my life, I would say that Fred was my hero.
But your heart's so broken you couldn't rekindle anything if there was a chance.
No. And not that I'm better or that I'm not done shitty things since we've been together. God knows we've done some fucking foul shit to each other. But
Right.
it just I can't believe you done this, man.
Right. Listen, I'm going to, I'm sorry that, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Everything went the way it did, and, I really am sorry. I mean, I do think you and Fred, were really made for each other. I mean, it was Fred and Lora, this and Lora, Fred and Ziggy just don't sound right, but, it just, it's
I
heartbreaking.
just,
It's heartbreaking to see that Andy ran off from Jody Sue. When, he was with her through her best years, and then when she needed him the most, he runs off. And gave her
but
your best years, and when you needed him the most, he's gone. I don't understand that kind of stuff. I don't understand it. It just don't seem right. It don't seem.
but I can honestly say, and I know they can't say it. I mean, at least they can't say that didn't try and that I wasn't there because that's
You was
bullshit,
there.
you know.
When he was in jail, you was there. You showed me the receipts. You were there.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody can't say that I wasn't there.
You were there
That I
as
didn't try.
financially as you could possibly be during all of that. And, that's true. That's true.
Pretty much he had, from where I was sitting, he didn't have nothing to complain about.
Right. Right. But you did because you were fighting with this illness, and that's sometimes it's like, how am I
It wasn't just that.
how am I going to get to a restroom and back on my own? And and that's so unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? Where was your mercy? Where was the pity for you? Where was the remorse and kindness and love, for you during all of this? I mean, in my opinion, you were taken advantage of in your darkest hours, and I don't like that. I don't like that, to say the least. I
I think he could have been more of a man about it all, in my opinion. But he could have come to me straight.
Right.
What was I going to do to him? I wasn't in reaching distance. He didn't have to worry about me hurting him.
Here's the thing. He didn't come to you straight because
He was a coward.
also he was using you. I mean, if he came to you straight, all that money wouldn't have been going where it was going. You wouldn't have been out there late at night in the dark, trying to collect money to send to them. You would have been at home taking care of your health.
But they didn't have no remorse for that at all. It's your list.
I mean, these people did you wrong. They did you wrong, girl. I don't care what anybody says, they did you wrong. I'm sure I'm not going to be well liked when I call it out, but they did you wrong.
But a lot of people's here lately, he's lost a lot of friends.
Right?
Because of his own stupidity. Friends that he had way before I ever knowed him.
Right. Right. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did, because, they're able to see the same thing that you know.
Couple of his buddies tell me that they from asking when I seen him again, what the hell was wrong with him? But he must have expected.
Right.
He must have been sipping on whatever they was trying to tell him they was getting him sober on.
So what is he supposed to be doing? Moving to Indiana with Ziggy once he's out of the rehab?
That's a joke.
Oh, you don't think he's going to go there?
It should have shocked me. I've been trying to get some bitch to leave for 20 years.
Right? Do you think maybe she'll come down there?
He wants to take off now after all the begging and the pleading. What are you talking about? He'll still be hearing me cuss his ass when he gets there.
Right.
And that's a problem.
He'll still be what?
Huh?
He'll still be what?
cuss him when he gets to Indiana. Me in Tennessee.
He'll still be cussing you.
His number is not going to help him. I think he's done quit fighting the fact that no matter, we just try to get along, you know.
Right.
And he's saying that he's come to his conclusion, I guess, that I'm not. He need not tell me how to live my life.
Right.
And I don't comment on his and her shit. So don't be commenting on me or whatever he do. He keep it to himself. If he don't like it, oh well.
How often do you talk to Fred?
Usually here lately we've been talking about Foster 2 to 3 times a week. He'll text me and ask me to remind him about something. Like the other night he texted me and asked me if I heard about Brandon Dykes getting killed. Not Brandon Dykes, it's Brandon Clark. And before I seen the message, he later on texted me back and said, "Sorry, it was wrong one. It wasn't who I thought it was."
Oh, so it wasn't Brandon Clark.
No, it was another Brandon Clark.
Okay, not the one.
One that we know.
Right.
And he's like, "Sorry, didn't mean to scare you, but."
Right. And who is Brandon?
He is it's Pete Clark's son. Not very important.
Does he come up on Ben Hill Road?
Actually, that's one that was bumped into the TBI crosshairs with Pete Clark over this case.
Right. Now you heard her. You heard her say that the one caught in the crosshairs of Summers' case was Pete Clark. Pete Clark was caught in the crosshairs of Summers' case, which is the boy's dad. I'm going to replay that for you so you can hear it again.
Ron texted me back and said, "Sorry, it was wrong one. It wasn't who I thought it was."
Oh, so it wasn't Brandon Clark.
No, it was another Brandon Clark.
Okay, not the one.
One that we know.
Right. And Brandon, the one they know, is Pete Clark's son. And Pete Clark was one of the people caught up, she said, by TBI in the crosshairs of Summers' case. Now, listen to what she says happened to Pete.
And he's like, "Sorry, didn't mean to scare you, but."
Right. And who is Brandon?
He is it's Pete Clark's son. Not very important.
Does he come up on Ben Hill Road?
Actually, that's one that was bumped into the TBI crosshairs with Pete Clark over this case.
Right. Pete.
Yes.
Question. Because he hangs up in that area.
Well, he's dead now, but he did.
Oh,
But
he was alive at the time.
yeah.
Oh. He was alive at the time Summer came up missing, but well, he's been unlived, right? He's unlived. So there you go. Cotton unlived. Pete Clark unlived. These guys, and Fred has a connection to both of these guys, where Summers' case is concerned. I find that kind of suspicious, if you ask me, right? Kind of suspicious. Um, you know, and I have some other things. I have some other things I'm going to play out to you guys. You're not going to want, you're not going to want to you're not going to want to miss some of the stuff that's going to be coming out on this channel. Um, you don't want to miss it. There's more. There's more. Quite a bit more. And when I bring it out, I'll explain to you some other things. But for right now, you heard it. You heard Pete Clark involved in the crosshairs of TBI in Summer Moon Utah Wells case. Um, a name we haven't um, landed upon, and hasn't really been, widely talked about and everything. So, you know, um, now we need to, now we need to, shift the table a little bit, and possibly put some more pieces into this puzzle, right? We're always getting pieces of this puzzle. I always think that God is kind of bringing this case to light little by little, little by little. Maybe that's the only way some people can handle it, right? Some people are so invested, so involved. Maybe that's the only way they'll be able to handle the real truth in Summer's case. I don't know. I don't question God. Trust me. No, I fear him too much to be questioning him up. Um, you know, if you're going to ask a question, you probably better be very humbled at the time you do. Um, but I don't know the reasoning that Summer's case you know, has not been solved to this point. But I can assure you, I can assure you that if God wanted it solved, it would be solved like ASAP, no doubt in my mind. Um, but it's the pieces of the puzzle, you know, keep coming at us little by little. But I'm sure that at some point, law enforcement will have the full puzzle, and they'll know. I think they're pretty much sure what I think they got a really great idea what happened to Summer June 15th, 2021. I think that I think that they need, knowing and proving is two different things, you guys. Knowing it and proving it is two different things. So I think law enforcement knows. I just think they're working on how to, you know, how to prosecute it, right? It takes a lot to prosecute a case without the victim, without the victim. It can be done. It can be done. And I think at some point it might be. I think at some point it might be. I think Tennessee might give some people a real shock, and in prosecuting some of these missing child cases like other states do without the victim. I think they may give some people a real shock in getting that done. Um, you know, you, you know, each state are making big changes. They're making big changes, and um, and these states that are actually saying, "Hey, we're going to prosecute with or without the victim. We're prosecuting." These states are getting, a lot of hands. They're getting a lot of hands clapping, saying, "Hallelujah, praise the Lord," that these victims, even the unfound ones, are getting justice. And I think Tennessee's about to join. They're about to join that wagon train. That's that's going across the United States right now in many different areas. So let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Um, you know, I think Tennessee's tired of people thinking that they can get away with such sinister things, um, like this, and Michael Vaughn's case, and that's in a different state, but you know, in the Michael Vaughn's case, and Summer's case, and Sebastian's case, right? In Sebastian's case, in the case of Elijah Vu, um, you know, I think that um, I think our law enforcement, our court systems, and our and as it towers up to more more higher positions, I think that they're getting to the point. They're getting to the point that they're going to seek justice, whether they got the victim or not. Hiding the victim to avoid prosecution just isn't going to work. Isn't going to work anymore, folks. Isn't going to work. If they have enough solid evidence pointing at you, they're going to start prosecuting upon it. And I think they will. I think they will. Um, you know, get a jury of people who are you know, willing to come together and do the right thing for the victims. Absolutely. I truly believe that. So, we're just going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait and see. But like I said, law enforcement, as she said, Pete was in the crosshairs of TBI in Summer's case. And that means, TBI, they know everything. And I've always said law enforcement knows a lot more than we do out here, right? They know a lot more than we do out here. And therefore, you know, they got a lot more to prosecute upon than we do. Will they do it? Will they do it? I don't know. I don't know. But Summer's case goes a lot deeper than we realize. There's more people involved than Don, Candace, and Grandis. More people involved. And who are these people? And, how long is it going to take to get all the answers, round them up, understand, what exactly law enforcement is prosecuting against, and that's what I truly believe. I truly believe that, there's going to be a wagon train of people on Summer's case, um, that's getting prosecuted, right? There's going to be a wagon train of people in her case that's probably going to be getting prosecuted. So, that could be why it's taken so long. That could be why TBI has taken it over, right? That might be why it's went into the hands of TBI and the feds instead of Hawkins County. Um, and there's a lot of corruption in Hawkins County. Even with the law enforcement son, right? Law enforcement son. Um, so you've got a lot of concerned people in this case, and this case is really, this is a big case. This is a big case. Summer's case is big. Um, and it's still, if you call in, you check up on it, it's still open and it's still fully moving forward with investigation. A lot of people saying it's on a shelf. It's on a shelf. Well, from what I'm understanding, no, it's not on a shelf. It is going forward. It's just a lot to it. A lot to it. And and cases take a while. They take a while. Um, I know that we can be impatient. We can be impatient. I know, I'm a very patient person and I'm getting impatient. Right? So, you know, it could take a while. But you know what? Um, thank God that God's giving you the time to be patient, right? Thank God He's given us the time to be patient. That's what we should be thankful for, is He's given us the time to be patient. But there is more. There is more. I will explain to you as I play it out throughout the week, God willing. And and yeah, I think you guys. I think you guys are going to be shocked. I think you're already shocked to hear a lot of this, but I think you're going to be even more shocked as we proceed down the road. But it's getting, it's getting late. I know everybody has, has a tomorrow to function in. So PG is going to say, good night to everybody. God bless, much love. And I'm going, as always, I'm going to ask you, please, 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 please keep the prayers going up for Summer. Keep the prayers going up for Summer. Summer needs to be found ASAP so she can rest in peace if she's no longer with us. Absolutely, Carrie. Absolutely. And I totally think Summer, it's my opinion, she's no longer with us. She's no longer with us. I don't believe she is. I wish I could believe she was, but I don't think so. And you know, this is a horrible case, you guys, a horrible case, right? It's just a horrible case of a beautiful child full of light, kindness, love, and caring being destroyed. And this child did not deserve anything that happened to her. No child does. No 5-year-old child does. No 5-year-old child understands evilness. They don't understand what evilness is. You know, children only know what they're taught, what they're taught, and so forth. And this is just, this is a very disgusting case, if you ask me. It's very disgusting. The human beings around these children, very disgusting. Um, so please keep the prayers going up. Keep those prayers going up for this baby. This baby needs each and every last one of you folding your hands, bowing your heads, and praying that God, please let us have the answers. Let us have the answers to solve this baby's case. Let this baby, wherever she may be, we don't know where she is, but we know you do. And if you could, please, please uncover her. Let her be found. Let her be brought home. Let justice be served on her behalf. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, amen. Please continue to pray for this little girl. Continue to pray for all of these missing children. Pray for these abused children. Pray that God watches over them. Pray that He sends angels to keep them safe from all harm. Right? To keep them safe from all harm. These children. There's a child somewhere right now. There's a child somewhere right now praying for you to be praying for it. There's a child somewhere right now praying that you intervene, that you intervene. If you see something, say something. These children depend on people like us. They depend on people like us to keep them safe, to report abuse, to report. If more people would have reported the evil stuff they knew was going on, then Summer, we wouldn't be looking for her now. We wouldn't be looking for her now. If more people would have reported and stood up and stood firm and stood strong, Well, um, Child Protective Services would have had to do their job. If people would have been standing up for Summer then like they are now, they'd have had to do their job. Let us start standing up for these children before they end up like Summer did. Let us start standing up for them before this happens. Because once it does, it's just too late. It's too late, you guys. It's too late. What we stand up for now, what we stand up for now is justice. Now we're standing up for justice. I wish we would have stood up, you know, we could have stood up before this, because then we would have been standing up to save the child, not get justice for it, but to save it. And that's the important part, to be standing. That's the important part. So if you see something, say something. I wish those people on Ben Hill Road, Jody Sue could have helped Summer. She could have. And Fred and Lora, they could have talked. They could have helped her. Andy could have helped her. So many could have helped her. And they didn't. They didn't. They seen some stuff. They seen some stuff that should have been reported ASAP. But nobody helped her. I truly believe that Jose could have helped her. If he'd went out there and told law enforcement, look, we don't want to talk about, we don't want to talk about Donald having a weapon. We want to talk about Donald being in the shower with his daughter. We want to talk about what started this fight. We want to talk about what this child has been going through here. That's what we want to talk about. If he'd have told law enforcement that, well, Summer could have got help then. But nobody told. Nobody told. And that's why we're where we're at now. It's important. It's important to speak up. It's important. If you see something, say something. Step up for these children. God, they depend on us. They depend on us. Right? So keep the prayers going up, you guys. Keep them going up for all of these missing kids, all of these abused children, all of these children that are suffering at the hands of evilness, pure evilness. And send the prayers up for one another too. A family that prays together stays together. God bless. Much love. Good night, everybody.